It's a pleasure to be here. And I like to thank Dr. Raman Kapoor for introducing me ICON last year in Delhi, for which I could meet good people, learned people, for sharing my experience also today. And even to learning process, it's very good. So I'm going to present a paper, Management of Thrombocytopenia, Integrating Acupuncture with Other Drug Therapies. Now, thrombocytopenia is a condition where the thrombocytes are less than 1,50,000 of microliter of blood. And they are formed by the cytoplasm of the megakaryocytes which are located within the bone marrow. Once the blood go to the blood stream, that is 1/3 is sequestered in spleen and 2/3 is in the circulation for clotting purpose. Clotting of, what are the functions of platelet? Clotting of blood, mediator of inflammation and wound healing. And in serious conditions, it may spontaneously bleed or it may delay in the clotting process. And in mild conditions, it may not have any adverse effects of bleeding or clotting pathways. The causes of thrombocytopenia, we have categorized in 3 categories. Impaired production, this can be due to the malfunctioning of the bone marrow, which can be due to red blood cells or white blood cells or even the platelets. And there are multiple reasons for this. That is, it can be aplastic anemia, it can be leukemia, and many other causes, which you can find in the modern medicine, in conventional medicine, where they have mentioned it very well. And splenic sequestration, as I said you that 1/3 of the platelets are stored in the spleen and 2/3 is for circulation. In case of inflammation or enlargement of the spleen due to one or the other reason, mainly it can be due to cirrhosis of the liver, where the platelets are stored more than the normal range, that is beyond 1/3. So it may cause low platelet counts in the bloodstream and which may cause clotting problem. And the last one is the increased destruction. There are many reasons for this. There are non-immunological causes and immunological causes. Today our subject is about dengue, dengue thrombocytopenia and ITP, that is nothing but immune thrombocytopenia, which is an autoimmune disease which you're going to take about today. So before that, I like to say, why integration? People ask me, when there is a multifold effect of acupuncture, why we should integrate? So, is it important? Taittiriya Upanishad, this is the way back Upanishad where it is mentioned that there are 5 bodies. As we all know that we have got one physical body, but there are 5 bodies. It is mentioned in this as 5 kosha, that healing at each level of each kosha is important. What are these? So this is Annamaya kosha, the physical body. The physical body has been worked very well by the conventional science, by introducing MRI, scans, pathological interventions, and so on. And they are able to find the disease and disorders and they are able to treat accordingly. But somehow there is some lacune, because the complete healing is not possible at times. Why? Because the problem may be lying in somewhere deeper, subtler bodies. It can be in Pranamaya kosha. As we all know that vital energy, life force, that is nothing but chi. If there is any blocks and knots in this channel, we are prone to have some physical ailments. A pain, maybe most of the diseases are related to pain. So when this is blocked, how can we treat? So we have to introduce acupuncture for sure to clear this body, the second deeper, subtler body. And you can integrate yoga also, because that also works in this Pranamaya kosha. But what I feel, if you introduce even allopathy along with this, it do help in giving effective and quicker results, because it works in the physical level. So because our subject is about integration and quicker results in management of thrombocytopenia, it's nothing wrong to introduce which science has got their molecular study, and if you combine the energy study also, it do help in getting you better results. Then the third body is Manamaya kosha, perception, analyze, memory, emotions. This is a body where your thought process is manifested. A lot of recurrent thoughts can block the chi in the Pranamaya kosha. And with the Pranamaya kosha getting blocked, we are getting a physical ailment. This is the way it works. So that's why I say that we have to work on the mind level also. Acupuncture do help in the mental level, psychological effect it's having. So it can help. Other than which is the best effective therapy or medicinal system is homeopathy. When you get the homeopathy along with acupuncture, it does wonders. Then comes the fourth body, Vijnanamaya Kosha. This body is the knowledge body. It is discrimination between right and wrong. So today we find that a lot of autoimmune disease, our body is not able to detect whether the cell has to be, taken care or it has to be destroyed. So our immune system wrongly damages the cells which is required by our body. So like autoimmune disease, many autoimmune diseases like diabetes, it can be even this immune thrombocytopenia is also one of them. So it can work wonder. And how it works? Like once this body is malfunction, so this body works with the Manamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha and Annamaya Kosha together. So if this body get malfunction, we have to treat with this level that you have to give the intelligence to the body by way of Ayurveda. Of course, acupuncture is to be integrated. Then the last, Anandamaya Kosha, this is the true nature of our body, which is called bliss body or spiritual body. I don't have any medicine for this. Because this is the bliss body. But one thing I can say, we can live blissful if we correct all the four bodies. If we are able to correct the blocks and knots of the four bodies with integration, we can live in bliss. So acupuncture and thrombocytopenia, a scenario of reduced platelet counts, inserting multiple needles obviously appears dangerous to rational thinking. Our experience has suggested otherwise. This was safe in our hands and resulted in improvement in the lab values. Now, immune thrombocytopenia is, as I said, it's an autoimmune disease. Our protocol of treatment is above 50,000. The platelet should be above 50,000 because it can be dangerous. And occasionally these signs and symptoms may be present. That is bruising, purpura in the forearm, petechia, nosebleed, and bleeding gums. Now what I find, to my knowledge, I've just put some few medicines. The first line of treatment in allopathic medicine is the steroids, because that can improve the platelets very quickly. If the platelets are very low, it's better to go for the allopathic treatment. And sometimes they give intravenous, even transfusion of platelets. And once it does, it fails. By some cases, it fails also. So they give an thrombopoietin receptor agonist, which is called Eltrom-Pobac, which has got a side effect. Like it is to be monitored. Liver function has to be monitored. ALT and AST levels go up. So in that case, even acupuncture can help to reduce that if you integrate the acupuncture also with other drug therapies to take care of the liver in these conditions. And we'll see that how we have done that in one of the patients who was taking all these drugs. And in some cases, even splenectomy is done to improve the platelet count. And some of the homeopathic remedies, this cannot be, it can be only, it can be according to the condition of the patient, but some of the few medicines we can give as Lachesis 200C, millifolium for bleeding disorders, Crotalus, Horridus, 200C, and constitutional remedy, and many more remedies according to the symptom also. Now, Ayurveda, we have seen a good result in Ayurveda. This is Carica papaya leaf extract, which has helped in dengue cases very effectively in few days. And in ITP, it's taken few weeks because it's an autoimmune disease. It takes some time. And Tinosporia cordifolia for viral infections, maybe a fever, and to enhance the immunity also it helps. And Phyllanthus niruri for hepatitis, because some cases of thrombocytopenia can be hepatitis. So it do help in cases of hepatitis due to thrombocytopenia. And Arogyavardhini Vati to improve the liver functions, indigestion, and skin problem. Like you can have the petechia and all those, it do help in those cases. And Tapyadi Loha for anemic cases. It can help in those cases because sometimes anemia also can cause low platelet counts. So these are the Maitland methods where ITP we have done 2 cases and dengue 10 cases. We'll be taking some few cases today for sure, in which we did acupuncture alone 1 case, and we were using the siren needles. And in some cases we put the Jingwell points if there is any bleeding disorder. SP1, that is spleen 1 and liver 1 with moxibustion. Because we have to be very careful because it can cause hematoma also. So you have to be very careful. But it will not cause as needles are atraumatic. They are designed atraumatic. generally. They are sharp, but they are rounded. It's not having any cutting edge when compared to syringes. They have got a cutting edge. That's why it may cause hematoma. But acupuncture needle is safe compared to that, but you have to adapt the safe technique. It cannot be simply needled at every point just like that. You have to be careful. So near the joints, you have to be really careful. Then to immune enhancing points, we had done that 11, DU14, spleen 6, and many other points like REN 6, stomach 36, SP10, and REN 6 and spleen 10 to improve the circulation, and if there is any hemorrhages, clots, it can improve those conditions. And lung 7, Li4 is an edema on the upper part of the body also. It helps then, other than all the skin problems and any sort of breathing disorders and all this can help. And UB17, this is the most thing. It is prescribed for blood disorders. So this is the first case of ITP, which was 39 years this gentleman was. We did this year in June. His manifestation was back pain, irritable bowel syndrome, insomnia, fatigue, poor memory, anxiety. So we saw he had red tongue with yellow coating and dark spots on the side of the tongue. That means lung area. And wiry and rapid pulse. Weakest both chi positions, especially the left kidney. So there were weak pulse in the kidney position. So what was his first, he wanted to get relieved of his sleeping pattern. He had insomnia that was due to heart blood deficiency and spleen chi deficiency. We could find that and we could have to work on that immediately. So we prescribed some points, not all, according to the symptoms we had, gradually increased. And this is Pai Hui, DU20, and stomach 36, SP4, because he had IBS diarrhea, and SP10, Li4, REN 6, what I discussed. Heart 7, Shenman point, because he was suffering from insomnia, we had to give that a sedative action because anxiety also was there. And UB40 for back pain, UB20 to enhance the backshoe point of spleen, and UB15 for the heart, and liver 2 because he had the blazing fire heat coming upward, so we had done that liver 2. Later on with liver 3 because he had high BP also. Now what happened was the remarks was the patient's sleeping pattern improved. His fatigue resolved, and because he was too fatigued because of thrombocytopenia, although it's but the symptoms were equally even in the chronic case. He was too feeling restless, and so we had done after the 25th session, he was relieved of most of the symptoms. And this is the test report of the person before and after acupuncture. It shows 137,000 of microliter of blood. After some 25 sessions, we could get a mild effect because this was only purely acupuncture. We didn't integrate any of the medicines. So this was up to 151, which is come within the range. Maybe it is a mild, but we wanted to show that acupuncture do help. And the second case, she is 50 years old lady who was having a chronic condition, a fatal condition I can say. Manifestation was anemic, petechia, bruising, epistaxis, knee pain, vertigo, constipation, anxiety, red tongue with yellow coating, wiry and strongest in the left gone, weaker and slightly slippery on the right gone. These were her manifestation. Therapeutic method was done was heat in the stomach and lungs. We could find that. To stop the bleeding from the nose, we had to adopt that SP1 and liver 1 with moxibustion because she had epistaxis. And patient's stress level was the result of liver attacking spleen and stomach, which created more heat in the stomach. Prescription, as I said with moxibustion, the Jingwell points, and later these points were added. One thing was interesting, this is GB39. It's supposed to be in acupuncture bone marrow point. But if you see in allopathy, it's a different story. In acupuncture, it's a different story. Because it doesn't work in bone marrow at all. It is for anemia and vertigo. It do help in those cases. It is not for the bone marrow. We had to put that point, and so that the patient get relief from vertigo. He should not fall down or she should not fall down. So we introduced this point also. Her condition improved after 30 sessions of acupuncture, and she was relieved from above all symptoms. This is the report. See now this is the interesting case because the case came to me with just 3,000 count. So what I did, see, as my master said, Anton Jayasuriya, nobody is important, then in the clinic is only the patient is important. So I have to give the best. I have to go forget about myself that I can give a better result. I have to see who can give the first line of treatment. So I recommended hematologist who was in Apollo Hospital, and he took care of the patient also, and we also took the case later on. But how we worked, I wanted to tell you. That is, they were given steroids, as I said, and after some few days, maybe after 15 or 20 days, there was no improvement. So the patient had come to me. They said, I've lost hope. Do something if you can do. I said, I'm not treated. My protocol is above 50,000. 5,000 is too less. So what they did was, they went to, again, we continued the allopathic treatment, and they took Eltrompo-Bac. It's an agonist, which do help in. And we took care of the liver function, all those things. After that, we did with acupuncture also, 30 sessions. But after that few days, we could see the patient improvement. We could see that there was no, purpura or any sort of petechia, any sort of nosebleed, and she started feeling very healthy. And we took a report which was 1,68,000 counts. So this was the case. And the third case is dengue case. This gentleman, it's a very interesting case because usually the patient goes to an allopath first, then come to me. Am I right? They come like that. Yeah, I'll just finish it. So this person had high fever, headache, joint pain, fatigue, constipation, and all, dark red coating and slimy, yellow fur, and small ulceration, and slippery and rapid pulse. So what was the therapeutic method? Clear heat, eliminate dampness, nourish and stomach, and rectify the chi. The prescription was this, because we had to reduce the heat. We put ST44, and headache also it works, ST36. All these points were put to him, and triple warmer 6 for constipation, and even his bowels were normal, and no headache, and all those things. This was the report. Why I say it was interesting? Because I diagnosed this case. We didn't, we diagnosed this case. We treated first. Then we wanted to know really he was suffering. But the symptoms we came to know, because the symptoms are different. Headache, high fever, and so many other conditions of dengue we could find, and we want to see really this person is suffering or not. So we took a report after 10 days, and we could see that antigen test we did for him, NS1 antigen test, which had come down because he was suffering more than 10 days actually. And we did the IgM and IgG test, where IgM was negative, it was normal, but the IgG antibodies were elevated. So it shows that the person was suffering from secondary dengue. And this was his platelets, 212, after the treatment. And this is the fourth case where her tongue was red, white coating, rapid white pulse. And this is also one interesting case. Just we gave result in 5 days, but with Ayurvedic treatment. So her platelets were only 75,000, and after 5 days, it was 128. And the last one is dengue with platelets were 84,000, headache, fatigue, cracks on the tongue, and deep red coating, rapid pulse, clearing heat and circulating the chi and blood. These were the points. Patient reports that platelets were 162, no headache, feels very fresh, active after 15 days of acupuncture session. Conclusion, to sum it up, I would like to put across a point that drug discovery and development need not always be confined to new molecular entities. Rationally designed, synergetic, traditional Ayurvedic formula and age-old practice like acupuncture can also be used as great remedies, especially in critical cases. Think about it. These are the awards what we got, a Healthcare Excellence Award by the celebrities. And this one thing is certificate of appreciation from Tamil Nadu Governor for imparting yoga classes in Governor's office come residence for the high-level executive. And the certificate of appreciation, I had given one invited lecture in Ramachandra Hospital for physiotherapy students for the 7th and 8th semester. So the principal liked my lecture, and he wanted to give a certificate. So thank you for your time and patience. Any questions?
Thank you. Any questions, please? Thank you. I think, yeah, one question.
Yeah, please. Yes. Yes, it works. But yes, it. Yeah, but now see the condition. See, of the condition of the patient was critical. At that time, you can always use. In this case, our ITP, it was stopped. But you asked me that we use acupuncture with steroid. I have used in rheumatoid arthritis and many other conditions, like SLE also. We tell them not to stop the steroids because it can cause adverse effect by stopping also. It's better to continue. See, our approach is to help the patient, not to have any ego that, no, this is going to spoil, this is going to work, or it's not going to work. No, I'm just telling like...
He's telling his experience.
I'm telling my experience that I invite the doctors. I want to help the patient because nobody is important in the clinic, only the patient is important.
Thank you. I would request.
Yeah, just a second. I would like to add, from my experience, the efficacy of each and every drug, let it be anipathy, let it be allopathic medicine, let it be Ayurvedic or homeopathy. When acupuncture is clearing the things, the absorption is better and the efficacy of other drugs increases, to my understanding.
Thank you.